Well, greetings, and how is everybody? I hope you're all ready for this great feast of unleavened bread that's upon us. Some are going to go into Passover. Some are already going to be going into the Feast of Unleavened Bread tonight. There's those that'll do it next week. There's those that have done it last month. But anyway, I'm going to take this beautiful tortilla I made here. I did that with my own hands. And I'm going to make that into some Mexican pizzas tonight. I'm going to put a little bit of sauce on there and some cheese and some special jalapenos. I guess you should call jalapenos because these boys are really hot. Anyway, I wanted to say shalom to you, sis. Margaret, how are you? It's been a long time. I love you, sis. I'm glad that there's a lot of people coming over to visit. You didn't mention DJ, but I hope he's on his way too. I'd like to say shalom to Betty and Danny and Nancy. Oh, it's been a long time, Nan. I miss you so much, and you too. Betty, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor knowing you people. Jennifer's going to be over, and Candace, how you doing? You all beautiful people. Vicky. And Kay Hawkins, how are you? I just want you to know, Kay, that I do forgive you for everything. I pray you forgive me for everything as well. We've got a time on this planet that we need to be straight with our King. And it doesn't matter, our own pride. And I'm not talking to just you now, Kay. I'm talking to everybody. Our own pride, we got to get rid of it. And we got to put on our white robes. That's what it's all about. I'm glad y'all are gathered together so I can tell y'all that I do love you. Welcome to my casa. I know you're here in spirit. As you can see over there a little bit, there's a light that's coming out of there. It's like a 500 watt that I finally got, a grow light. And I've got some tomato plants coming up, tomato trees. I've got garlic. I've got onions, lettuce, cabbage. These cabbage are like that big around these heads supposed to be, huge cabbage. Going to make some sauerkraut and such with it. Y'all are always on my mind, so everything I make that's beneficial and I eat it, I know that I'm doing it because I love you. So I do it because I love you as well, because none of y'all want me dead. They tried there. That's why I'm in New York now, upstate here, out in the country. Most of the snow is melted off today. It was ankle deep yesterday, but just a little bit out in the woods. Maybe ankle deep is out there, but I've been tapping maple trees. I'm boiling sap right now. I made 80 ounces here last week, and it's the best maple syrup I've ever tasted. It tastes like vanilla enhanced maple. It's just the best vanilla flavor I've ever had, and everyone that's tried it has fallen in love with it, but I only give out a little corner in a baggie to anyone they want. I only got 80 ounces, and boy, is this stuff great. It's all the things that our Father gave to us through His Son. His Son brings it back every year, as you all know. That's enough evidence and proof for me that there's a Creator. Everything dies, especially when you're in New York or the northern states, and you see everything die off in the winter, and then all of a sudden, boom, it all just starts coming back to life again. You know that our King's in everything. And I think that's part of what our blessing is going to be. If we make the kingdom, we too will probably be able to be in billions or trillions of places at the same time. And I know there's those that might say, oh, well, that's not possible. We can't do it. And that's because we think on the earthly plane here, things we can do and what we think we can't do. But our King, He is in every single thing, man. He's in this cup of coffee here, He's in the spoon. Okay? Everything that's alive, our King is in it. Okay, same as our Heavenly Father. He's in it as well. Scriptures are plain. It shows that they are. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be in everything as well. Every one of us will be in a single blade of grass, or in every single blade of grass that's across the fields. That's what we've been promised. And I hope that we'll see you all there. I know that your love toward our King is true. I just hope that we all will endure until the very end. I love you all. I really do miss you. I really would that I was, in some sick way, I would that I was still in Texas, and that they hadn't burned me out, but Bill's got his reward coming, for what he did. And he even told me about it. I think I told Margaret about it and Stefan, after Bill had stopped by about, 3 or 4 months before my church was burned down, and they burned up my vehicle and had me thrown in jail there and tried to starve me to death for 44 days. I had to fast. But anyway, I know that their reward is coming, and I do pray that they be forgiven. Everyone that had a hand against me, I pray they be forgiven 100%, because like I told y'all before, some of you, there's probably a couple that I didn't tell, but I had that pyrophosphate poisoning from eating the tuna that had the deadly poisons and drugs and such in it, and I was taken to the fires of Gehenna for 28 hours, and I'll tell you, no preacher ever spoke of what the fires of hell actually are. Okay, so I forgive Satan, the devil even, okay? I forgive Satan for every rotten and wicked thing she's done against me, because it's her job, And I know this summer saying, he's a Satan lover or Satan worshiper. No, it's a difference. I forgive Satan because I don't want her to spend 1 nanosecond in the fires of hell for what she did to me, okay? It's not worth it. Now, she's going to be there. Scripture shows that she's going to. It was a place that was designed for her. I just don't want her to go there on my account, and I don't want any of her minions to end up there, nor do I want any of the people on this earth that are used as puppets by the principalities of the air, the rulers of the air and such. I was known since I was born, the same as you all have, so stay strong, okay? You know that these winds are coming up against us. It doesn't say the Christians are going to be persecuted. It says those that keep the commandments will be persecuted. Those are the ones that Satan's coming after. And she's the greatest enemy of us all. Okay, so since she's the greatest enemy, shouldn't we be able to forgive her as well if it does say to love our enemies? I mean, it's easier when we know that everybody is controlled, for the most part, out there on this planet. There are 144,000 right now, and some that are waking up possibly. But I don't even think the whole number of the 144,000 know. In fact, I only know maybe, I don't even know if I could count them all. I mean, take a look at the ones I named, and other than Shul and Terry, and, a few others, I don't know of any that's of the 144,000. Everybody else I know detests and rebukes the laws and the commandments. I keep telling them, hey, keep the 10 commandments. And keep those 613, give or take, laws, because all they do is define how the 10 commandments are to be kept. And it doesn't seem like it's going over too well with many, but it's not their time. It's going to come. We're all going to be blessed. Y'all going to be teachers. You know that. So hunker down. Get in the scriptures. Stay spiritual. Sing a lot of songs together. Enjoy this feast that's coming up. Make sure you eat your unleavened bread every day. And, we'll see you. Yashua's coming before too long, and we'll see you again. And we'll be together forever. And until that time comes, I just want you all to know that I do love you. Mikasa Sukasa. What do you think of this 200-year-old house, man? I mean, isn't this pretty great? Kitchen's right around the corner here. And the bathroom's way off to the back. That's a bedroom. Upstairs here is it's a bedroom, and then the whole top, there's a second floor too. And then right straight out in front of me here is where the road is, but between me and the road is a nice, large, and closed porch, So I was really blessed here, Our King said he would, pay us back 100-fold for that which we had given up, for his sake, So I gave everything up, and somehow I ended up in a really nice house. This used to be my grandparents' house, and when I come in, there was I was sitting there in my, not that chair that you see over there, but I got a chair that's over in a corner by the kitchen, and I'm sitting there, and there's a pellet stove, okay, on the wall over there. There's this wood pellet stove, and then right up behind the staircase here, okay, on the other side, I don't know if there's a little wall here. Let me see if I can show you here. But you can see the indent where the stairs go up. Well, that right there is where the cellar stairs are, and on the other side is where the door is. Okay, well, I'm sitting there in my chair, and all of a sudden, man, I asked a blessing. I asked for the demons to be removed, and for some reason, they still come through. They don't all know, I guess, they're not supposed to be here, so I just run them off. When I was sitting there in the chair here a couple months ago, and I had this electric vacuum cleaner, Dust Devil, whatever. He stands about, 3.5, 4 foot tall maybe, and it was leaning up against the door, and all of a sudden, bam, 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 and I'm watching the cellar door move, and it was, the house had been settling at the time that the door was basically fused together. It couldn't open, unless something gave loose because of the settling of it. But it hit the door so hard that vacuum cleaner, from where it was leaning on the door, slammed up against a pellet stove and hit the door, and this pellet stove, bam, bam, and it was so loud and the whole house shook. And boy, I'll tell you what, I got a little upset and I rebuked it, and I gave it the option to leave. I always do. I give these critters the option to leave, and if they don't leave, then I call down the Holy Malachim to take them to an early judgment. But anyway, there is one video I had that there was this orb that was visiting, I guess you could say, and caught him on camera, actually, where it came around that way, it went whoop, and it was flying around in there, so I rebuked it and I sent it on its way as well. But this place, over 200 years, it's been, pretty well possessed. And in fact, out there in the garage, there's a cement and a doorway that rolls. But in the track of where the door is, the threshold, there is this hollowed out place, and it's got runners where they used to sacrifice animals and pour the blood into the track, for some of their rites, which is kind of like the threshold covenant that you could read about or give videos about, that took place in the eastern countries. But there were so many dead wandering the grounds here, that I had to run off. But now I'm here all alone, except for our Father and, through our King and our King. That's about all they come. Larry and Diane come over once in a while, my brother David, my cousin Kevin, I'm thankful they come over. Supposed to go out trout fishing here first day of spring. But you'll be in my mind as I'm out there catching those trout for my greatest delight for the feast times coming, is trout. Man, it is so delicious. So anyway, I just wanted to say shalom to y'all. I hope that the feast does you so great and that you grow spiritually 100-fold. I pray that our King guide you and lead you in every single thing you put your righteous hands to do, and he will take care of us, and may our Father's light shine upon us all. And don't forget to give that light away as much as you can so that your fire will get a little brighter. And until we meet again, I know that our King loves you. He wants us all to love him more, and enjoy this feast. Shalom.